Media outlets and advertising platforms in particular serve as a critical gatekeeper that are well positioned to keep false and deceptive advertising from reaching consumers. We have a short clip of some of these ads that have run on television, satellite radio, online, and in print that I'm going to play so it is clear what we are talking about today.
You may think magic is make-believe, but this little bean has scientists saying they found a magic weight loss cure for every body type. It's green coffee beans. And when turned into a supplement, this miracle pill can burn fat fast for anyone who wants to lose weight. This is very exciting, and it's breaking news. Millions of you love coffee, but now you're going to love it for a whole other reason. A staggering newly released study reveals that the coffee bean, in its purest, raw form, may hold the secret to weight loss that you've been waiting for. The study, presented at a meeting of the world's largest scientific society, triggered unprecedented excitement for a weight loss study. It showed women and men who took green coffee extract lost an astounding amount of fat and weight, 17 pounds in 22 weeks, by doing absolutely nothing extra in their day. Could this be the magic weight loss bean to help melt away unwanted pounds that you've been waiting for?
It's easy to understand why so many consumers are willing to take a chance, ignore their instincts, and believe suspicious claims like these. According to the most recent data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, more than 1/3 of American adults are obese, and 70% are either obese or overweight. In preparing for this hearing, my staff reached out to a variety of media companies across all mediums to better understand industry practices in screening and monitoring advertising. I find it troubling that broadcast and satellite radio witnesses who were asked to be here today were unwilling to appear. To me, this indicates there is either something to hide or they don't have a good story to tell. Either way, we will not be effective at addressing this problem until all stakeholders take it seriously. Like in virtually any other industry, there are good actors and bad actors. We will hear today from the Council for Responsible Nutrition, a trade association for the dietary supplement industry, and the Better Business Bureau Advertising Self-Regulatory Council about industry's efforts to police itself. We will also hear today from Dr. Mehmet Oz. He offers a unique perspective of being both a medical doctor and the host of a very popular daytime show that frequently airs segments on weight loss issues and products, and that is frequently cited in the false and deceptive advertisements used to market questionable weight loss products. Dr. Oz, I will have some tough questions for you today about your role, intentional or not, in perpetuating these scams.
Recognizing, and I accept the responsibility for this, that the passionate language I used to describe supplements was fodder for these unethical advertisements, my show has tempered our editorial on promising supplements.
I get that you do a lot of good on your show. I understand that you give a lot of information that's great information about health, and you do it in a way that's easily understandable. You're very talented, you're obviously very bright, you've been trained in science-based medicine. Now, here's 3 statements you made on your show. You may think magic is make-believe, but this little bean has scientists saying they found the magic weight loss cure for every body type. It's green coffee extract. Quote, I've got the #1 miracle in a bottle to burn your fat. It's raspberry ketone. Quote, Garcinia cambogia, it may be the simple solution you've been looking for to bust your body fat for good. I don't get why you need to say this stuff because you know it's not true. So why, when you have this amazing megaphone and this amazing ability to communicate, why would you cheapen your show?
Just with regard to whether they work or not, take green coffee bean extract as an example. I'm not going to argue that it would pass FDA muster if it was a pharmaceutical drug seeking approval, but among the natural products that are out there, this is a product that has several clinical trials. There was one large one, a very good quality one, that was done the year that we talked about this in 2012. Listen, I want to know about that clinical trial, because the only one I know was 16 people in India that was paid for by the company that was in fact, at the point in time you initially talked about this being a miracle, the only study that was out there was the one with 16 people in India that was written up by somebody who was being paid by the company that was producing it. Well, this paper argued that there was no one paying for it, but I have the 4 papers, 5 papers actually, plus a series of basic science papers on it as well. But Senator McCaskill, we can spend a lot of time arguing the merits of whether green coffee bean extract is worth trying or not worth trying. Many of the things that we argue that you do with regard to your diet are likewise criticizable. If I can just get across the big message that I actually do personally believe in the items that I talk about in the show. I passionately study them. I recognize that oftentimes they don't have the scientific muster to present as fact, but nevertheless, I would give my audience the advice I give my family all the time, and I've given my family these products, specifically the ones you mentioned, then I'm comfortable with that part.
I mean, I've tried to really do a lot of research in preparation for this trial, and the scientific community is almost monolithic against you in terms of the efficacy of the 3 products that you called miracles. And when you call a product a miracle and it's something you can buy and it's something that gives people false hope, I just don't understand why you need to go there. Mr. Peeler, I know you've said that some media have done a sophisticated job in screening and some haven't. Who's doing a good job here and who's doing a bad job?
Well, it largely varies by the size of the media, but the national broadcast media have historically had very rigorous ad screening programs. So you would not see the types of ads that you were showing today on the national advertising part of the media.
But the interesting thing is those national broadcasting companies own a lot of the cable stations that these ads are appearing on. It's the same ownership.
And the screening that is done for the affiliates and for the cable channels vary. And then when you get down to smaller media, and I think radio is a good example. I mean, it's a local media. The advertising staffs are pretty small, and I think that's where something like what the FTC has just done with the 7 claims that even an ad buyer in a very small media could just sit and look at the 7 claims and say, yes for this and no for that. I mean, a claim that you're never going to have to diet again, or you can eat all you want and take this pill. Those claims we still see, and they shouldn't be getting on the media at all.
You are very powerful, and power comes a great deal of responsibility. And I know you take it seriously, and I know you care about your listening audience and your viewing audience. I know you care about America's health. So, and you are being made an example of today because of the power you have in this space. And we didn't call this hearing to beat up on you, but we did call this hearing to talk about a real crisis in consumer protection. And you can either be part of the police here, or you can be part of the problem, and we're just hopeful that you will do a better job at being part of the police.
Well, I came here because I want to be part of the solution, not part of the problem.